Here we have a new 2026 Chevrolet Tahoe. This one comes in the LT trim level, 2-wheel drive. This one is Lakeshore Blue Metallic paint. And then we have the very dark atmosphere leather interior. The powertrain consists of a 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8 made into a 10-speed automatic transmission. This one also includes the comfort package. So as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with our LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. Again, as part of that comfort package. The lights don't dance like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up, but love the LT with the comfort package. Let me just say that it has a nice sophisticated look, looks very premium. Love the chrome there. Now these are optional, but love these as well. These are 22-inch polished aluminum wheels and highly recommend them on this model in particular. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. To the door panel, power door lock controls, memory seat functions. We get one-touch up and down windows on the front, express down on the back, power folding side mirrors. They do have blind spot monitors in them. And this Gideon, I like how this kind of goes with the gray. You have that brown and gray, and it gives a nice plush feel to the interior. Even though it's not a high country, you get that feel with this color combo here. Bose sound system, headlamp controls, lane keeping system, auto stop, etc. And then we have our drive modes, which include normal, sport, snow and ice, and then tow haul. And they'll show you what mode you're in on the screen as you change those. Hood release, manual tilt telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our power driver's seat. We do get 2-way power lumbar support here. But a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Tahoe today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now, I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs, so sitting behind myself here, gonna scoot the seat all the way back. That's the leg room here, so pretty impressive again for someone of my size. The hairs of my knees are just barely touching the back of the seat there, and I could probably scoot the seat up a little bit more and be just as comfortable. Seat back pockets are on both sides. We have our rear AC controls here, 3-stage heated outboard seat controls as well, USB-C charge ports, and a 3-prong household plug-in down below. Bottle holders. There's a view of the front from back here. And then we have the LED lights above, vents. There's a look at the third row. We get a USB-C charge port on either side, as well as a bottle holder and storage on either side too. If you look at some of my older 25 Tahoe reviews, you can see where I test out the third row leg room, but I'm not gonna do that today. You can hang a shirt or a pair of pants on that hook there. Fuel filler. And as we come around to the back end, we do get the LED tail lights, which I love. I love the new look on these. And they don't dance again. That's just how my camera's picking them up. Rear sensors integrated in the bumper. Behind this cover here, you have that tow hitch. There is a donut down below, or spare down below, excuse me. And then we have the exhaust on the right side there. And then power lift gate. As we get to the cargo space, you do have the top tethers integrated on the back of the third row seats. If you want to use those for the car seats, they're also integrated on the second row seats as well. And I like this, I didn't notice this before, but we have the light that comes on and it illuminates the entire trunk space when you open that, so that's nice. And then here, we can power fold the third row. That'll go completely flat when the second row is up just a tad, but I have both those seats all the way back, so they'll barely get caught. And then the second row, you can tumble those seats there. 3-prong household plug-in. Little storage underneath here. Now as we come around to the rear passenger side, just a quick look at this seat. I'm gonna show you where the anchors are for the car seats. Poking out there. And then you can use this to move the seat forward and back. And you have to give it a little push to get it back there, so it takes a little bit of energy, and then you just hit this once to fold the seat flat, hit it the second time, and then it'll tumble forward. you just need a little bit of pressure to get it back where it needs to be. Now our front passenger seat, power with two-way power lumbar support. Pocket here, lockable glove compartment there. And then to the window sticker, y'all can pause anywhere you need to if you want to take a closer look at anything. Again, that comfort package, highly recommend it. The 22s you don't necessarily need, but I like how they kind of make this look like a Premier instead of an LT. And then 70,405. This is the way I would spec out a Tahoe if I'm going to get one. I don't use four-wheel drive, so I'll take the two-wheel drive, but even in four-wheel drive, won't be that much more money as opposed to getting a Premier or an RST that barely has anything on it. As we come around back to the front, just a quick look in the engine bay. And there's that 5.3 liter naturally aspirated V8, mostly covered up there. And then before we hop in the driver's seat, just a quick look at the blinkers. But now let's get in the driver's seat. Check this out. So nice leather wrap steering wheel here. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, we do get AM, FM, XM along with Bluetooth, wireless CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. This does have that Google Assistant system, so that's what gets you all of that there. The Google Assistant app is there, and then you have the Google Maps. Controls are here, so the electronic child safety locks, auto park assist. You can turn on that rear automatic braking. They have a new thing in here where you can use the camera and set up recordings, which is pretty neat. And then in the vehicle status menu, you have your sub menus where you can check out your tire pressure monitors, brake pad life, oil life, coolant temp, all of that. And then you can click on the animation if you want to see some of those that are by the actual vehicle. So you can hit the tire and you can get the tire pressure monitors, hit the brakes, hit the brake pad life, so on and so forth. Now in your settings here, vehicle settings include rear seat reminder, teen driver, buckle to drive. And if you scroll down to your system settings here, you can change your language and then your units of measurement as well. Dual zone automatic climate controls you can control from the screen, or you have these down below that are always up with the 3-stage heated seats. You can do the seat back or the seat back and seat bottom. Adjust your fan speed there. Rear climate as well. And then for your cameras, you have a rear camera and a front camera. You have those curbside views as well. And then down here, hazards. And then you have a few buttons and knobs for the AC. You can adjust fan speed, auto, on or off, and then temperature for either side. You have your wireless charging pad here, a USB-A and USB-C port, 2 bottle holders, center console cubby space with a removable tray. You have a USB-C and USB-A port there as well. There's a view of the back from up here. Now for that interior camera, there's that lens there, and then you have the power liftgate control, the 3rd row seat. You can power fold that from up here. Head or the LED lights, reading lights there, OnStar. And then your vanity mirror here. But back up front, blinkers. And then you have your wipers, rear wipers, fluid, front fluid. And then you have the shifter here. So hit the brake, pull, neutral, reverse, drive. While in drive, you can activate the low mode here and use these paddle shifters behind the steering wheel to go through your gears if you want to use that limiter. And then you can see what gear you're in that bottom right-hand corner of the gauge cluster. And then press this button in for park. Behind the steering wheel on the left side, we can go through track list or radio station presets. And behind on the right side, volume up, volume down. Cruise control, you can put it into adaptive, then hold this cancel button to go to regular, and then go back to adaptive by holding that once again. And then you can adjust your speed here, adjust the gap adjust for the adaptive cruise, as well as the forward collision alert by pressing down there. Heated steering wheel toggle, voice recognition. This goes to your audio sources. And then you have a mute button here. And then you have the Bluetooth button there. This will change your gauge face. So you have like 4 or 5 options for that, I think. Push button start. Finally, here's the key fob with remote start. And next, let's go ahead and take this 2026 Chevy Tahoe LT with the comfort package out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Tahoe, love the V8 here. It's a pretty solid option, I think. I've said this before, but the 5.3 is the perfect option without having to go diesel and without having to pay extra for the 6.2, where you won't really miss the 6.2 if you haven't had it. If you've had the 6.2, you'll notice the difference, but other than that, you really can't tell, in my opinion. You have plenty of pep in this step. Now I'm gonna put it in the sport mode and give it a little pull getting on the interstate here. Here we go. So just a quick pull to 70 there. But it's relatively peppy again. The 6.2 is a little bit quicker low end, but I mean, you're paying more for gas, you're paying more for the engine. Now we do get the adaptive cruise again, so I'm gonna activate that. And it's gonna keep that safe distance between myself and this vehicle in front of me. And then it'll start to accelerate as they get from in front of me, so. They definitely have something going on over there. They've been driving like they don't have any sense. But a big thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Tahoe today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever new vehicle you might be interested in. Now for the price point, again, I think that the LT is a pretty solid option. It's especially equipped with how this one is equipped. The wheels, for it to be an 1825 option, it really does offer like night and day between the LT wheels that are stock compared to these. It does make this feel more like a high country, more like a premier trim level. So really impressed by that. I like the comfort package. I think for that money you get quite a bit, having the LED lights, then having the power third row and everything that comes there. But I just like how this vehicle is stock. The Chevy Tahoe with the 5.3, pretty good pep there. The 10-speed, I like how it shifts. The newer infotainment system and gauge cluster, I love them, absolutely love them. They look good. They're very, how do you say, I guess configurable, easy to manage, and then nice to have. I don't know why she came on, but again, I like this for the money. Only thing missing for me is cooled seats. I don't even miss the panoramic roof. Super Cruise would be nice, but not really a deal breaker there. I do think GM needs to do a better job at offering lane centering in these vehicles, specifically those that don't already have Super Cruise. Pretty much everyone else has something going on with that, but whatever the sensor is right here, you only get that on the Super Cruise anyway, so I don't know. But I mean, if that doesn't bother you and having adaptive cruise is enough for you, then you won't be disappointed at all. The ride here is great. It's very comfortable in here. The seat's wide enough for my wider stature. Plenty of headroom here, especially without the sunroof. And it's spacious in here. Just overall, it's very spacious. So if you're a bigger person, you know, you're not gonna have, well, most people won't have trouble getting in here, period. But I think a really good option if you're in the market for a large SUV, again, especially how this one is equipped. So with all that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2026 Chevy Tahoe LT.